Okay, here we are. Let me just get back here to the main part of my channel. Sorry, loading up the video on my screen here, guys. But feel free to read. It's up so that everybody understands what's going on. And there we go. I am up and going. Okay, so I decided after doing a whole bunch of live streams and not really having anything else besides just a live chat, which is always fun. It's always a good time. Excuse me, hydrating. But that sound is my stool, not me. So I decided to try to play a game. And this was very crudely hashed out. This is basically nonsense, but I kept trying to come up with something fun and interactive, something we could do. Now, everybody can play. I mean, if you want to just play for fun, but there's going to be prizes for those of you who want to actually get involved with this. You have 15 minutes. You have until 9:15, as you can see there, to go over to my Instagram. This is, by the way, this is like the only way I could come up with to do this. I'm sure this will evolve and it will actually, be a little bit easier and I'll be able to involve everybody and not just Instagram. I'm using Instagram tonight because I couldn't find a website or a platform that I could involve everybody with. So I will, if this ends up being fun. But go to my Instagram at metal_complex if you have Instagram. If you don't, sorry, you can still play. I just can't. There's no way for me to draw names for prizes that way. Find my most recent post. A lot of you guys saw it today. It's red. It's the same as the thumbnail, and it says elimination game. And what you're going to do is you're going to choose your warrior. These are the knives you can choose from, right? They were selected because not for any real rhyme or reason, just because they're all different. Rainbow Lady of the Sea. This is an automatic ProTech SMG. This is the Benchmade Mini Crooked River, the Dolica, the Shaman, the Hinder XM18, the Microtech Combat Troodon, the Red Horse Knives Chopper, the Kaiser XL Sheepdog, and the Microtech SOCOM Elite. You can choose for whatever reason. There's no real big thing here. It's just choose whatever you want. Make sure the comment that you leave under that post includes your selection, right? You have a chance to win if your selection is the last knife standing. At 9:15, comments for that Instagram post will be closed. Really, I'm going to be, because I would do that with my phone, I'm going to have to just leave a comment here using my laptop, which is right beside me, and it'll be the cutoff point. So anybody who goes ahead and chooses a warrior, right, chooses a warrior here, leaves a comment under that post is going to be entered, right? Now at 9:15, we're all going to collectively decide on a random scenario. It can literally be anything as a scissor. It doesn't matter if it's ridiculous. I mean, you can say something as simple as like, best knife for the apocalypse, or you can say best knife for building a canoe. Whatever. It doesn't have to be anything. Excuse me, I'm turning my phone volume all the way down because there's still people messaging me. But we're all going to collectively decide on something, and that way it makes it random, right? So your selection can be based on whatever you want, because we haven't selected the scenario yet, but we're going to do that as a group. You guys can literally just start shouting out scenarios at 9:15, and then we're all just going to collectively choose one. So it is random chaos, right? But it is truly random chaos, and that's how we're going to keep it fair. Then for the rest of the live stream, about every 5 minutes or so, I'm going to eliminate a knife for one reason or another. Your job as viewers is to convince me to keep your selection on the table. Here are the rules. There are none. My reasons for eliminating a knife can be based on logic, common sense, or complete and utter nonsense. It says humor goes a long way there at the bottom. What I mean is that your reason for choosing any of these knives and your reasons for me actually keeping them on the table and hypothetically using them in the scenario that we come up with can be whatever you want. All you have to do is convince me, and I will be hydrating off camera, so you guys can come up with whatever reasons you want for me to keep this on the table. So I'm hoping you guys are voting so that we have some people to win. Oh yeah, that's right. Prizes. What's the incentive to actually do this? Well, I've got 3 prizes. So essentially, let's say the let's say the Hinder XM18 wins, right? Everybody who voted Hinder XM18 in this hypothetical scenario, right? I don't know the scenario yet, so I can't say which knife. I have no idea what I'm going to end up with. I'll be drawing 3 names from the people who select the knife that actually ends up being the last on the table. And we'll do a drawing. The first name that comes up will win my Metal Complex logo sticker. The second name that comes up will win my Metal Knight helmet sticker. And the third name will actually win a knife. This is CRKT Rip Snort in D2 and Smooth G10. Big old thick beastly thing with a cleaver blade running on bearings. So if you want to win this knife, make sure in the next 10 minutes, you literally have 10 minutes to get over to my Instagram right here. Make sure you get over there, find my most recent post. It's red, it says Elimination Game. Choose one of these knives right here and make sure that you actually put your selection in that comment so that I know. Let me go ahead and refresh here on Instagram. Make sure you guys are doing it. Let's see who's playing. Oh, good. People are playing. Yes. Yes, I like this. Yes, I'm happy. People are playing. There's about 20 of you playing right now. So pretty good odds, right? I mean, those 20 people, not a whole lot of people, but that was the idea, right? It's that the people who come to my live streams will have an incentive to comment, incentive to stick around, and an actual chance to win something. Since there's only ever a maximum of about 100 people in here, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. Hopefully my site is good enough for this. Can you guys see this? Can you guys read this? I mean, I tried to write large, but I wanted to leave this up for anybody who comes in the room, because I was only going to verbally explain it once, but I wanted to leave this up for everybody who's coming in the room like right now. Okay, good. So that they can understand exactly what's happening. Like I said, anybody who just entered, make sure that you are doing this if you want to be entered. This is not a ploy to get followers. I mean, best case scenario, I get a few followers out of this. I'm just using Instagram because it was kind of a last minute platform. I was going to use a website and set up like a poll based thing, and then, use the whoever voted for, whichever knife they selected, just poll those names and then do like a random number generator thing. But I just couldn't find a website that was doing exactly that. So I'm using Instagram tonight. Like I said, if you've got about 8 minutes left to go over to that Instagram post that says Elimination Game and leave your comment with your selection. Any of these knives you guys want me to flip out and have a look at? I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with all of these. Oh, thank you. Impeccable handwriting. Yeah, I had to be very careful, make sure that I wrote, very, it's kind of like, I went back to my roots when I was like doing the letters, like where they've got the little dotted lines and you do the capital C and the lowercase c. I wrote exactly like that. I figured that you guys would enjoy, having a game, having something that we do. And if this is fun, if people like this, then I will keep doing it, because I've wanted a thing to do on a live stream for a long time. I've never really had a thing. It's just been talking, and I'm fine with that. And sometimes I'll probably still do that. But if you guys like this, we'll play this game. Kind of looks like the camera angle's tilted, but it's not. I'm not sure what's causing that illusion. Thanks. Oh, Ricky, MC deserves 100K subs just for his handwriting. Oh my gosh, Ricky, you are the nicest guy. That is the Ricky who helped start this channel, by the way. My oldest videos of me sitting in a vehicle with a gentleman named Ricky, that is that Ricky. So welcome, Ricky. Like I said, if you want to vote for a knife, if you want to actually vote to win one of these prizes, I'll show you guys the prizes again. There'll be 3 names drawn. If you select the knife that's the last on the table, which we'll be figuring out the actual scenario for here in a few minutes, there'll be a drawing for the Metal Complex logo sticker, the Metal Complex Knight helmet sticker, and of course, the CRKT Rip Snort, which is D2, Smooth G10, and a cleaver blade on bearings. This is a big old thick chunk of a knife. Absolutely. Review coming. But yeah, definitely. If you want to get your hands on this, make sure that you go over to that Instagram post and enter. You choose your warrior, choose your character, choose your fighter, however you want to look at it. Think of it like Super Smash Brothers or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Choose your warrior. All right, what do we got here? So what's all the knives again? Can't remember. We have the Rainbow Lady of the Sea. We have the ProTech Strider SMG Automatic. We have the Mini Benchmade Crooked River. We have the Dolica. We have the Spyderco Shaman. We have the Hinderer XM18 Gen 6 Slicer in 20 CV with the titanium scale. We have the Microtech Combat Troodon Hellhound, the Red Horse Chopper, and we have the Kaiser XL Sheepdog and the Microtech SOCOM Elite. Hey, okay, Wolf Wolf, if you don't like the knife, then hopefully you'll win a sticker. No problem, bud. I didn't actually, I had a giveaway for the patron thing, but I didn't actually do like a true holiday giveaway. And so this was kind of my idea for that. Guys, 5 minutes left, and be thinking of scenarios, because what I'm going to do, and you guys might be thinking, what's the criteria for a scenario? Keep this in mind. There is no criteria. It can be complete nonsense. It can be, best knife to fight Barney the dinosaur in outer space. It doesn't matter. It can be literally anything you guys want. It doesn't have to be anything sane at all. Neve's Knives, what's up? And Alex's Knife Box, what's up? Guys, make sure. Oh, well, we're live, but we are sealing. How about this? There we go. Are we back? Jeez. I don't know what the heck that was. That was really convenient. Okay, well, anyways, we are 2 minutes until we get this going. So let's see. How many comments do we have right now? Oh boy, we have a lot. Okay, there are a lot of people playing. Good, good. This is what I was hoping for. There are a ton of you. So, like I said, what I'm going to do here, if you haven't left your comments, I feel so bad with it. Like there was like 50 something people in here, and everybody's like, "Screw this, I'm done." But anyways, hopefully people come back. Yeah, there's some more people showing up there. You've got about 1 minute. If you want to head over to Instagram, get your names in there. Follow the instructions here. I'm going to be leaving a comment on Instagram saying, this is the cutoff point, and they're time stamped, so I'll be able to tell, where everybody is. Again, about 30 seconds here. And also, yeah, I guess not. Basically, in the next 30 seconds, be thinking of scenarios, because at that 15-minute mark, I'm going to be selecting a scenario. It can be, like I said, it can be end of the world. It can be fighting a dinosaur in outer space. It doesn't matter. There's not going to be any logic or structure involved here. There's no real way to do this. All you have to do is convince me with logic or wit or a combination of both. Let's have fun with this. It should be a lot of fun. Okay, it is time for the cutoff. It's in all caps, and it is being posted now. Here it comes. Here it comes. Cutoff. Okay. Give me some scenarios and let's vote on a scenario. Oh my gosh, are we that pixelated? Oh, internet is killing me. Let's see. Best knife to look sexy and get chicks. Strider, I win. All right, keep them coming. Counter would be proud. XM18. Yeah, you guys have to give me scenarios now. Voting's over. So I was thinking, of course, we can do Desert Island. That's totally fine. But just know, it's not going to be typical, and I've never had to survive before. Best knife to use on a crab fishing trip. I don't know anything about crab fishing, but I'd totally be up for that, because I'd just be making it up. Best knife to take into space and kill robots. That sounds fun. Not going to sell our water pistol. Robots in space. Spyderco Shaman. Do spaceship, lots of rope. Why not aliens? Okay, so far it sounds like people are actually voting for best knife to take into space and kill robots. Is that what we want to do? If you guys are in favor for the scenario, best knife to take into space and kill robots, then just type in the chat. Best knife to protect you from mutated kangaroos. Best knife to slather butter on crunchy toast in the midst of a Siberian winter. Oh my God, what? Oh man, this is what I was hoping for. You have the biggest cheese wheel in the world and you need to chop out of it. XM18. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Best knife for a final stand in Munchkin Land. God dang. See, here's the problem. We have too many good ones. Too many good ones. Best knife to sit there and look awesome. Best knife for a quick emergency surgery. Best knife to carve aphrodisiac candles for failing. Oh my gosh. This is the best. This is okay. So truthfully, I'm kind of partial to the having to cut a giant chunk of cheese and the fighting robots. Best knife for being able to save a marriage. Oh my gosh. Best knife to carve wooden voodoo dolls of enemies. um, Best knife to settle down a honey badger with a 1-ton block of liverwurst. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my two top picks are having was it the world's biggest wheel of cheese and you have to carve into it, or outer space and fighting robots. Best knife to pass down to your kids. Cheese and robots, yeah. So I'm kind of feeling like we should vote for one or the other between the cheese and the robots thing. So the two scenarios are, and Knights will have to, or Fallen Knight will have to help me out with this. Having the world's largest wheel of cheese and needing to cut a wedge out of it, or best knife to take into outer space and fight robots. So let's see. Everybody vote between those two, and that's apparently what we're gonna go with. But this is exactly what I wanted. We have cheese and robots. We have cheese wheel, space, cheese in space from Arrowheads. Thanks, that's helpful. space, robots, cheese, space, wheel of cheese. It's so close. Robots. Lindy Lou says this is ridiculous. Yes, it is. That was the whole point. I knew it because the people who watch my live streams, it's just like Jeff was telling me earlier. It's like it just gets taken into a nutty, ridiculous area. Okay, it's looking like best knife to take into outer space and kill robots is going to be the scenario. So that is officially that's officially where we're at. So here's your guys' job, right? I'm going to eliminate, well, this is perfect. We're at the right time. We're at the 20-minute mark. Every 5 minutes or so, I'm going to eliminate a knife for one reason or another, right? And again, right here, read right here. Doesn't have to be logical, right? Remember, we're fighting robots in space. We're not really starting off from a logical standard. Reasons for eliminating one are completely based on whatever I'm feeling in the moment. So if you'd like to offer reasons for eliminating something else or not eliminating a certain knife, feel free to throw it at me now. All I know is when aliens come, they better find. That's a good start. I'll tell you right now, that's a reason for me not eliminating the mermaid right off the bat. That was a fantastic comment to save the mermaid. I'll tell you, for round one, those of you who voted for the rainbow mermaid, you are safe. Absolutely. What type of cheese, though? Well, we're not going for cheese. We're going for robots. Everybody's like thinking about cheese. Daleka wouldn't be able to handle traveling through the atmosphere. Oh, it's so funny. I'm just imagining the Daleka just being launched into space and burning up in the atmosphere. You know what? Oh, God, that's funny. Let's see here. Strider is a button lock you can use with Space Glove. Yeah, now we have to vote on the type of robot. No heat shield on the Daleka. Yeah, you're right. There's no heat shield. Sheepdog is too big. The SOCOM is obviously best at piercing the robot's metal bodies with its thick blade stock and long reach. Oh, I'm so glad I decided to do this. Oh my gosh, Daleka isn't sharp. Yeah, I was hoping that there would be a better, more realistic case for the Daleka, but I gotta say, here at the 20-minute mark, I think the very first knife that I'm gonna eliminate, and I'm so sorry for everybody who voted Daleka, but the Daleka has been eliminated. It has no heat shield. It definitely would not survive the atmospheric friction, I suppose, is what ends up burning it up. And it's also not sharp, so not super great for fighting robots, definitely. Okay, guys, we have we got like a 1 minute cooldown Be thinking of your reasons to support the knife that you chose, the warrior of your choice, or reasons to shut down somebody else's vote. Give me a good reason to eliminate something, and I will join in the conversation. Let me grab another swig of hydration. Oh, so glad this worked. Okay. OTF is not ideal in terms of strength for robot impaling. You know, Justin, I would be inclined to agree with you, except all of those X-Ring videos lately where that guy like pounds the combat Troodon through a piece of wood or a log with a tamping hammer. So I don't know, and this I gotta say, like, just for me, that kind of looks like a blade that would pierce a robot. But also maybe I'm a little bit biased because it's new. I don't know. I'm trying to shut my out. Any knife, all metal, will shock you when inserts a robot. Need some G10 or any type of electric resistance. That's a really good point. If you stab an all-metal knife into a robot, then you might get electrocuted. The sheepdogs, Neves Knife says, the sheepdog's weight alone takes it off the mat. We have to think OD weight going into space. Isn't there's no gravity in space? Maybe that's the joke they're making. The XL has no point. Oh my gosh. Chris with the win. I mean, you're right. I mean, it really doesn't have a puncture tip. How am I gonna fight? Well, I suppose I could chop them, right? I could chop the robot, right? I mean, is that an option? That's a compelling point right there. Absolutely. Let's see. Spring couldn't handle it. The Troodon's blade will retract upon stabbing a robot. You guys really want me to get rid of that Troodon, huh? Troodon for intimidation factor, but do robots have emotions? Right? We have to consider that. This is really important, right? You guys come to the Complex channel. We learn together. We experience things together. We tonight the discussion is: can robots think and feel? If so, would they be afraid of a combat Troodon? Oh my God! Are these big? I have to assume that they're big robots. Robots do not have emotions. Mini Crooked is too small in a spacesuit. Too visible. SMG for auto mechanisms in the extreme steel and perfect piercing tip. I gotta say, guys, 24-25. Here in 30 seconds, I'm going to be eliminating a knife from the table. I think I have chosen, because somebody made a really good point here a second ago. Wink, wink. There's a pun in there. Somebody had a really good point here a second ago, and I'm going to be making my elimination based on that point, or lack thereof, should I say. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. What could it be? What could it be? We're going to be eliminating the Kaiser XL sheep. Fantastic for chopping robot limbs, not for puncturing robots, right? So we're going to have to pull that knife off the table. Okay, guys, be thinking of your reasons here. We have left the Rainbow Lady of the Sea, the Strider SMG, the Benchmade Crooked River Mini, the Spyderco Shaman, the XM18, the Red Horse Chopper, the Combat Troodon, and the SOCOM Elite. OTF knife, thin and pointy to shred wires. Yes, they will only be intimidated by the OTF if you approach in a threatening manner while snapping. Side story. Oh God, this is gold. Can't be the XM18 because that's the same name as the King Robot. It would just be confusing. Oh my God. Oh my God. That actually makes me want to eliminate the XM18, because that would be the name of a King Robot, right? It would just be weird. The mermaid's magic will have no use off its home planet, rendering it powerless. Interesting. Is that where it draws its power? It would have to, right? Mermaids only exist on Earth. It's not like they're thing. I've never seen any space mythology or any science fiction movie where mermaids were, they were from another planet or existed on another planet. You're right. Mermaids are tied to Earth. Interesting. Something to think about here. Where are we at? We're okay. Let me think here. Getting to the end of the stream. If we're at the 30-minute mark, only went 1, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and the final one there. Yes. So 100% mark. I will be eliminating a knife, and I have a couple in my head based on some things that people have said. You dare touch that mermaid. Everybody's defending, like, you guys defending the mermaid. I can't even touch it. The glass barrier on the Microtech can be used to break robot eyeballs. What are robot eyeballs made out of? Are they made out of glass? I mean, if so, then yeah, that's useful. Use the XM18 and your black belt in Gymkata to wreck robots. I also just happen to have a black belt in Gymkata. No, I don't, but it sounds cool. Ceramic eyeballs. She may be injured in space. Jeff is right. Yeah, that's true. You should probably pick the SOCOM Elite because your wife gave it to you and she is far scarier than any space robots. That is definitely true. Is that that is you, Amanda? That's true. You want me to kick that one out of there? Does the robot look like Johnny number 5, Grin movie Short Circuit? Oh man, I have not seen that forever, but I know what you're referencing. For a fantasy situation, you need a fantasy solution. The mermaid. Yeah, see, I mean, like, I'm bent there. Ah, I'm so bent on that. We have a couple minutes here, guys. Keep it at me. Input, more input. No axis lock in space equals no gravity. If the spring from the auto breaks, it's useless fighting space zombies. Now, that is a very good point. Would I be in a better situation using a knife that does not have a spring? Very good point. Absolutely. No gravity in space equals needs auto deployment. Oh, also a good point. Thank you for the balancing act. She needs to stay home. Enough said. She will be happier. Flippers don't work in space. Not mermaid flippers, I would imagine. The mermaid wouldn't look good in spacesuit. You guys are trying now. People are like coming down on the mermaid, man. Combat Troodon has perfect fun action in space. As long as you have your Tal and Strider, you're pretty much invincible. But if the powerless mermaid could easily break off its fin, therefore no deployment. Guys, we have 30 seconds. And I'm kind of on the fence about a whole bunch of this stuff here. I missed like 3 minutes. What happened? We are slowly eliminating knives. You can read there. Hopefully the pixelation still allows you guys to read, or it's not too bad. We adept mermaids won't. XM18 still too shiny. Sun will reflect in your eyes. What do I want to do here? What do I want to do? Oh my gosh. I've got 10 seconds left. What am I going to do here? Guys, I hate to do it. But I'm going to eliminate the Combat Troodon. And here's the reason. If for whatever reason the locking or the spring fails in this guy, I think I'm pretty much done. Spring of the lock. I think that there's a way to still get, even if the spring doesn't work on this one or this one, I can still get the knife to work and lock out. But on this guy, I think it's just done, And I know people are going like, no. Well, too bad, because none of this is based on logic or reason or anything. Actually, some of it is, but some of it isn't. My final choice is just whatever I'm feeling in the moment. So you really have to convince me. Whoever said, I think it was Neves who threw that at me. Can you get Torx bits in space? No, Jeff, was that the one you picked? Dude, I thought for sure you would pick the one you gave me. Oh, God. No, but you do own this though, right? You do own this. Okay, guys, we're on cooldown, right? Think of your reasons for getting me to get rid of any of these. Remember, you could win if your knife is still on the table at the end and you have left on Instagram, which you can't anymore because we shut the comments down at 9:15. You could win a Metal Complex logo sticker, a Metal Complex Night Helmet sticker, or the glorious CRKT Rip Snort. She is, or he is, however you'd like to say it, thick, double C thick. D2, and we have a cleaver blade with some thick smooth G10 and thick steel liners. The mermaid has already suffocated. Jeff is just like commenting in spite now. See, that's the only problem with doing this is we potentially run into a scenario where everybody whose knife gets eliminated just leaves the live stream, but people are still here. There's not. Listen, if you lose, if your knife's gone, you can still just convince me. If the person who left the comment who got your knife eliminated, you could go out of your way to get their knife eliminated. If you go and I suppose you could technically do some sort of sneaky work and go to Instagram, look at the comment, and then sort of figure out who you need to eliminate. Anyways, mermaids, great for unboxings on Earth. That's about it. I gotta say, there's a lot of reasons to get rid of that mermaid, but I know a lot of people voted for it. The Red Horse Chopper is like hiding in the shadows, and it's probably gonna win because no one is really talking about it. See, listen, I was just thinking that. I mean, had I not said anything about it, would anybody even be saying anything? I don't know. God, I wish the live stream wasn't so pixelated. I hope you guys can still read. My real choice is still living here. A mermaid, a fish way out of water. I gotta say, that was a poetic and very convincing comment. I'm hearing a lot of comments against the Rainbow Mermaid, and my brain and eyes are focused on it. We've got about 2.5 minutes before I knock another knife out. Get to the chopper. Yes. Excuse me while I ponder that and hydrate. Okay, what do we got here? I keep forgetting. People call me OKL. I can see it fine. Red Horse can't gallop in space. That is true. It can't gallop in space. No, it can't. And that both galloping and not galloping are both not useful for fighting robots. So well said. The SMG will be a great beer can opener. Yes, definitely. In the new Star Wars movies, there are space horses, so the Red Horse Chopper belongs in space according to J.J. Abrams. Well said, Kyle. I have not seen that movie yet. I'll have to. Mermaid needs to stay on Earth to protect us. Lots of people really coming down on that mermaid. The XM18 must win. The mermaid catches a direct sun ray and blinds you. That could happen. Oh, farriers in space either. Do it. No. Arnold defeated the Predator, not a robot. The Choppa is out. I just understood the reference. Oh my God, I'm stupid. How long can that mermaid hold her breath? Red Horse Chopper. Mermaid needs to stay on Earth. Bye-bye, mermaid. The Lady of the Sea powers only work on Earth. Man, compelling. Here we are with 10 seconds to go. I hate to say it, but for whatever reason, I'm feeling like you guys are right. I didn't know this, but I think the Rainbow Lady of the Sea, I think her powers might just be limited to the planet Earth. So I'm sorry, but as far as domain here on this planet, she rules. But in a hypothetical outer space battle against robots, I don't know, maybe not useful. Bye, Felicia. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool down and be thinking of reasons to knock out your competitors' knives or bolster the foundation of your selection. Right? Just keep using words that end in ION and make myself sound really smart so people stay here and watch my live stream. And also because hopefully you guys want to win something, right? Let's see here. Shaman is the next one I want. You want it in or out? The Shaman has been a sleeper tonight, guys. Nobody has said anything about the Shaman. Let's get these out here where people can get them repositioned like this. Right? Yeah, there we go. Everybody can see those now. Carbon fiber is very light, maybe too light for zero gravity. I don't have are out here in carbon fiber, but that is a good point. The Shaman's in G10. And this is aluminum in that track tech. But in your defense, because the live stream took a dump a little bit ago, it's all pixelated now. Let's get these all centered here. Scoot these things over so we don't have this awkward sort of leany. Come on now. This new background is essentially a very large mat, and it's very grippy. Okay, Shaman and XM18, two-handed attack, better on robots. Yeah, I could see needing to use both hands to wield the mass and weight of the Shaman or XM18. No gravity, no fidget factor. Very true. The Shaman should be eliminated because if someone asks for it, no one will be able to pronounce it. Yeah, nobody would be able to pronounce it properly. Unless Flytanium gets those titanium Shaman skills, there is no space for the Shaman. Oh, clever. Playing on my memes on Instagram. Oh my goodness. We need to collectively really lean on Flytanium to get those done. Man, what a sham. That XM18 would never leave its drawer. Oh my gosh. Renegade Tank Crow coming down on me, but also making a good point. You know, this is out of the honeymoon phase, but I'd be lying if I say I use it as much as my Shaman, right? So could I even get it out of my pocket to use when it came down to it, when it really meant the most, right? I'm being, the weight of an army of robots is bearing down on me. You know, could I bring myself to use my precious XM18? Oh man, playing on my psychology there, Renegade. That is a potent factor there. Oh my gosh. If you spell shaman backwards, it is robot lingo for no good fighting robots. I'm gonna just take your word. No mass. Yeah, okay. I'll take your word for it. I figured it would be like 00101111001. It's not Excalibur if you won't take it to war. Oh my gosh, you guys playing on like you're being it's like being forced to look in the mirror and going, yelling at myself to be honest with me. Would I actually bring it with me? I have 1 minute to decide. I have 1 minute here. The space robots deserve to see the greatness of Excalibur. But the irony is can I even wield its power? Could I even bring myself to wield the greatness of Excalibur? That's the problem. Let me bend this down here just a little bit. See if that helps with the angle at all. Yes, I can. 1 minute to lose the Shaman. It didn't really help much, but whatever. Let's see. Everyone knows magic doesn't work against evil space robots. Also compelling. 40 seconds. I got to be honest with you guys. It's coming down to the Shaman and the XM18 as far as which one I'm going to eliminate. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm about to eliminate one of these guys. Shaman or XM18, Shaman or XM18, what am I going to do? Nylon washers, XM18, the radiation will destroy them. Yes, but it's a Gen 6, so it doesn't have nylon washers. I'm going to eliminate the XM18. I'm so sorry. I just have to do it. I don't know that I'm worthy of wielding its power if I can't truly be honest. If I can't be honest with myself and say that I would use it in that scenario, you would think that I would be compelled to, but I had to knock it out. Everyone's like, what? I'm trying to legitimately come at this jokey, but at the same time, I'm also trying to like be real about it. I would be so apprehensive to be like, do I really want to jam this into the chest of a robot in space? Oh my gosh, this is the most ridiculous idea for a live stream ever. Okay. You just lost the space war, Richard. I thought XM18 was surefire. I know, right? You can't trust me. Here's the thing. It's partially on you guys to convince me, but you have to think like I put that stuff out there on purpose. I mean, I wasn't sure that I would let the XM18 go to the end. There's a chance if I was convinced, but I also feel like if I did let it go to the end, people would be like, what the hell? This was rigged, we're all super knife nerds. Oh my gosh. Yes, definitely. That's why I did this, Arrowheads, because I know that everyone here is enjoying this because we're all insane and we all like this hypothetical situation game. I knew that this would be fun, and I'm so glad that people are getting into it. Money on that, so calm. Ooh, Robert M. putting the putting the crosshairs on that SOCOM. I can't tell if that's on accident or if that's reverse psychology. I don't know. I'm going to throw that one to the wolves. Okay, so the SOCOM elite. Blue knives are too visible. See, that is compelling. That's a compelling argument. You know, I mean, if I'm trying to stealth, right? If I'm trying to stealth attack these hypothetical space robots, then the blue, I mean, then you could say, I mean, depending on where I am, anything that's got a slightly reflective surface could be like that too. But the blue is something that you would see. But then again, I have to ask myself, do robots perceive color? So that's something to think about. Convince me if robots can see color. If I am convinced enough, you know, that robots can or cannot see color, then the Crooked River may or may not be saved. No gravity, button lock failure. There's still pressure and kinetic energy, right? In space. Let's see here. Betchmade cuts guns, cuts robots. Oh God, I am not going there. No. Crooked River is too short, really, to get to circuits deep in robot body. I mean, I guess they probably would, you know, hide the circuits pretty. That makes me really want to save this guy because this guy's gonna pierce deep into a robot, right? Definitely. What are we at here? We got about a minute and 30 seconds for me to decide. I'm really wondering whether or not, what if we have color on TV, why can't robots see color too? Well, because we are evolved to perceive color, right? When we created robots, but then again, they project color so that we can see it, so maybe they can see it. I don't know. Robots see heat. Crooked River has to go because the knife is fire. Oh man, it's like you love it so much you want it gone. Chopper needs to fly away. Robots hear color. Silly rats. Oh my gosh, Omega Springs won't last in the fight. See, there's two things that are making me think, like, if robots can see color and it's got Omega Springs, do I want to risk that in space? Oh, what am I gonna do here? You guys are pushing me towards the mini Crooked River. Robots will melt the Crooked River's G10 handles. Well, they would also technically melt the track tech inserts and the G10 handles on the Shaman too. Shaman is stout enough to pierce and cut. Axis lock would be hard to use in spacesuit. Shaman still has the black hole space and needs to go. Eliminate the red one. The red one? What are you? Which one's red? They all lose. Oh, the red horse chopper. That's weird. None of them have a triad lock. Oh man, comment of the year right there. Cold Steel would love that. Guys, we have 5 seconds left, and unfortunately, I'm so sorry to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to eliminate the mini Crooked River. I know, right? I'm sure people they got a pit in their stomach when I did that. Yeah, there were too many compelling arguments there. I feel like robots maybe can perceive color, you know, because we have color on in our technology, you know. Whether or not they care about it is a different story, like we do. But if they can perceive color, this might give me away. The blue color, excuse me. And if an Omega Spring goes, then then it's not going to be super easy for me to fight robots. Okay, we have 4 knives left, guys, and we have about 15 minutes left of this stream. That means that in the next 15 minutes, 3 knives will be eliminated and 1 knife will remain standing. What is it going to be? Guys, we have some serious competitors here. Interesting how we ended up with 3 different locks. Subframe lock, compression lock, frame lock, and button lock or piston lock, plunge lock, however you want to call that. 1 automatic, 3 manual. This one's running on phosphor bronze. And the rest are, no, this is running on phosphor bronze. These 2 running on phosphor bronze. These 2 running on bearings. We have drop point, Warncliffe, right? Or, yeah, Warncliffe. How about this? 154 CM, CPM D2, S30V, M390. Think about that, guys. Think about that. Let's move these over just a hair. Get them nice and organized here, and then I'm going to turn my attention back to the comments section so I can make my final decisions. I can feel the heat of tension, the heat of battle here. M390 takes the cake. M390, is corrosion resistance important? Is there moisture in space? Right? Do spaceship parts corrode? I don't know. Let's see here. D2 is made of bicycle steel. It's not viable. What? Oh my gosh. Bearings are hard enough to find at home, never mind in space. That is a good point. But see, then again, I don't want to eliminate knives just based on bearings because then it's like my next few choices are knocked out. I mean, there is reason NASA uses LC200N. You're right. You're right. Why do they use LC200N? What in space causes corrosion? Right? If there's no, there is moisture in space, but it's like in the form of ice. So how does it? I don't know. I don't understand any of this. I'm not a scientist. So you guys just have to convince me with nonsense. Automatic is close enough to a robot to turn on you. So there's a lot of good reasons to keep this one, right? 154 cm, titanium handles. It's automatic. You know, I can still use it if the spring breaks. Metal complex. The robots just called and they said they're bigger. That was funny, even though it was retracted for whatever reason, but it made me laugh. Only a black knife can kill a robot. Really? Interesting. I didn't know that was the case, but I'll take your word for it. If you want to hide it, paint it red. The red horse lives on. Why would that hide it? Red, if I painted it red. Edge retention. A lot of compelling reasons for this guy as well. Not hearing much about this guy, but it's very close to this one. The Shaman, for whatever reason, is the knife that I'm leaning towards knocking out next. We got about a minute and 10 seconds before I'm going to knock one out. Think of all the space horse puns you'd be missing out on if you eliminated the red horse chopper. That's true. That's very true. Yeah, I know. People are losing it. SOCOM must stay. How to sharpen in space. Oh my gosh. Well, I'd have to bring some sharpening stones with me to space. Literally way too thick to cut anything. The chopper is thick. And it also doesn't have the most ideal tip. And it's running on bearings. But it's manual. Stoned robots use aluminum for munchies. Ditch the SOCOM. Strider has multiple deployment methods, and it's tactical. It is tactical. Is it space tactical? About a minute and 10 seconds before I knock one out. Okay, guys, it is time to knock out a knife. And I think a combination of you guys and me convincing myself, the red horse chopper is going. I just don't feel like this is a very thick blade. It's also not the most ideal puncture tip, and it's on bearings. Everything else about it is great, I think, but it also has the worst corrosion resistance in terms of steel composition of anything up here. 154 cm, a true stainless, S30V, a true stainless, and M390, the most stainless edge retentive, or, in terms of that correlation, edge retention to stainlessness, the best correlation up there. So I have to knock the red horse out. So those of you who voted for the Shaman, the Strider, SNG ProTech, or the Microtech SOCOM Elite, you are sitting pretty. We have a slight cooldown here, so be thinking of your most compelling reasons for me to keep your favorite knife on the table. Is this fun? You 66 who are in here, are you guys having fun? Should I keep doing this and finding better ways to do this? Obviously, every time I do it, I would come up with different knives for the table. Some reoccurring knives, because I don't have infinite knives. Yeah, I'm pumped you guys like this. Obviously we would come up with a different scenario every time. The more ridiculous, the better. I'm glad. I'm hoping that the people who watch this in the future are like, holy cow, I want to catch this next time. Because this is about average for my live stream, about 60 to 70 people. And that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so we are back in the heat of the battle now. It's getting tense here. You guys who voted for these knives. I'm sure I'm bound to make somebody upset. Hit the thumbs up, folks. Yeah, if you'd like to, take a moment to hit the thumbs up. And I hope you who voted on Patreon or on uh, what is it called? Instagram. I hope you who voted on Instagram. If you were new to my Instagram, I hope you followed me. But if you didn't, that's okay too. SNG Space and Gravity. Oh man. If that's not a compelling reason to keep the SNG on the table, I don't know what is. Fun times were had by all. Hey, I'm so glad. Okay, all right, come on. Let's force these knives to fight. Killing robots. Which knife is going to be ideal for that? Which knife is not going to be? Yeah, I was hoping this would be very unique. By the way, names will be drawn for the giveaway tomorrow, and they will be announced on Instagram. That kind of just makes sense to me. I will let the winners know. Space gloves plus shaman compression lock equals no. Ditch the shaman. There is a little less. Funny enough, I feel like the least. I mean, the shaman is an incredible ergonomic experience, but it has the least traction, the least lock-in of any knife up here. I mean, if we're going to talk about traction, I feel like I'm not going to let go of the SOCOM. Say Strider SNG in a robot voice, and you'll understand why it wins. Strider SNG. Just imagine every single one of you at home saying Strider SNG out loud in a robot voice. Let's do it all together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Strider SNG. But I'm the only one who sounds weird doing it because I'm the only one who everybody can hear. So, but I'm happy that you guys, those of you who did do it with me, I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, this is the weirdest live stream that anyone... This has to be the weirdest thing that anyone's ever done. Guys, we literally have 1 minute. I got 1 minute. I have not been paying attention. Can we please talk about the thing that hits your finger when you close the shaman? The nubbin. I don't know. Would that make a difference? Spiders can't breathe in space. That's a good point, Chris. That's a really good point. I sound weird too. On my porch at night. Oh my gosh, this is the best. Aluminum has a much lower melting point and will melt if you hit a high current of electricity. Really? So the internal core of the shaman is steel, right? And then it's got G10, which is heat resistant. But is it more heat resistant than aluminum? Titanium, I believe. Strider's open construction. Just know you'll get asteroid dust all up in it. I'm in a bus and I looked weird to people around me saying Strider SMG in a robot voice. Guys, we have, oh my gosh, literally 10 seconds. What am I going to do here? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, when it comes down to it, guys, I am so sad to do this. I can't believe I'm doing this. I honestly, in my head, thought that this one would win. I'm going to get rid of the shaman. I just feel like it's really important to be able to hold on to a knife, right? To be able to hold on to it. And while this has one of the best ergonomic designs that I have ever experienced, I think I'd be able to hold on to these two a little bit better. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm trying to imagine like puncturing a robot. And I feel like this is the one where I doubt I drop any of them, but this is the one that I have the most likeliness of dropping during a robot puncture attack. What on earth am I talking about? So many sentences have come out of my mouth tonight that I never thought would. Repeating the stuff that you guys have been saying. Yes, I'm so sorry. Everybody's upset. Okay, so we have the two of the most tactical blades that I have ever owned. Let's deploy them. We're in the winner's circle here right now. Anybody ever gone to state or national wrestling? You know what it's like to have that beam of light over your head when you're in the middle of a wrestling mat, right? And everybody's watching. We've got two heavy hitters right now. Oh my gosh. Which one is going to be crowned the most ideal knife for a space robot attack or defending yourself against space robots? I don't know. Okay, spiders eat their husbands, can't trust them. SOCOM has the best steel, longer blade. That's a great reason right there. The SOCOM Elite is in M390 and has, if I were to imagine a blade that was ideal for puncturing robots, the SOCOM Elite has that puncturing robots looking blade. It's just like that. I don't know that I need that knife for anything else, but if I ever got attacked by a robot, I'd feel pretty safe. Any warrior wielding a what blade is worth any robot of domination? The back of the SMG, you can bang it with your hand into the shell of the robot. That's true. I could dent the frame of a robot. So it's like strength versus it's like offense versus defense. What are we going here? Best defense? I mean, most durable? I would say the Strider is the most durable. Most able to do the most damage. It's going to be this guy. Are we going for the kill or are we going for survivability here? Strider ain't even the real thing. Oh, ow, god dang, that was a mean blow. But you're right, it's technically not a real Strider. I don't have any tactical knives. They're out of my comfort zone. That SMG is very durable. Yeah, I found that it is, definitely. Got two hands, why choose? Good point. I wish I could dual wield, but in this hypothetical scenario where I enter space with one pocket knife and no other offensive weapon except a pocket knife, and am for whatever reason being attacked by robots, I can only choose one. What if the SMG fails? Well, if it fails, it will still lock because of the plunge lock. The spring fires it out, but I have to imagine that the plunge lock will still work. The gray hue of the Strider is much easier to see. The light of a receptacle is common to most. We're at 5840. I'm going to let this live stream run to 105. I'm going to give these two a full 10 minutes of compelling reasons. I really want this. This has suddenly become very interesting to me. The idea of fighting off robots, and we, for whatever reason, we've ended up with these knives actually look like knives that were designed to fight robots, amongst other things. But we've ended up with two great choices here. Wait, Amen, Lindy. What did she say? Aluminum is an inferior metal to titanium. I'm inclined to agree with you. Why would you need? See, we were just talking about still. SMG will work with no spring. After all, there are manual SMGs. Yeah, but they're frame locks. I think that the plunge lock will still work. Blade length comes into play. It does. It does. You're gonna have to get. Here's the thing. The Microtech SOCOM Elite. It's got grip. It's got ease of deployment. It has enough durability. It has a very long blade and a very puncture-friendly blade, corrosion-resistant blade. There's a lot of good reasons there. I'm going to need some offensive reasons because I'm thinking I'm not going to hide around. I'm going to go for XM18, the King Robot, right? That's what we're naming him. I have to assume that this legion of robots, you kill the head honcho and the rest of them die. Isn't that how it works in the movies, right? So I'm going for XM18. Right to the head with this guy. So I need some reasons to go right for the head with this guy. What's the? I mean, give me a reason there. Elite Forces M290 right there. Perhaps so am blind. The blade will float out with authority in zero gravity. Flick of the wrist, lock will hold. Elite says it all. I hope you read my comment. I didn't. What was your comment? Type it again. They're fighting now. You made them upset at each other. Poor Strider, poor Sophie. I don't think they're fighting. I think everybody understands that this is a joke. Taking this too seriously would be, I would feel bad, but that's also kind of sad to take this seriously. After all, this is a hypothetical scenario where we fight robots. Strider's a winner. What's up? Hey, what's up, Blade Man? Can we talk about ease of use in a spacesuit? Let's talk about that. Which one of these is going to be easier to deploy from a spacesuit? The best offensive argument I can think of, let's turn them over so you guys can view the pocket clips. Oh, did anybody forget that this is tip down only? Does that play a role? I don't know. Yes or no? Why or why not? This is a tip up, but it's a shallow carry. It's also automatic. I forgot about that. I keep forgetting about that. That's a good offensive argument for the auto SNG. Only one of these is tipped down. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, Space Navy SOCOM, kill it. It's tipped down. Oh, there is no tip up or down. Oh my gosh. That might be the most clever comment I have read in this life. Arthur Franco said there is no tip up or down in space. And what he's referencing is there is no up or down in space. So tip up, tip down, it's just tip. It's just that's it. There is no up or down. Oh, I love that comment. That's so funny. Which one fires faster? Well, I don't know about faster, but in terms of convenience, I mean, one is simply the push of a button, right? I mean, I don't need to worry about so much about the convenience of putting this away. I just need to worry about it coming out, right? So it's out. They're both going to deploy super fast, but I suppose there is less of a possibility of this one not deploying. There's more of a possibility of my thumb missing that and it not deploying. So I don't know. We got 2 minutes left, guys. 2 minutes. The SOCOM with no detent comes out faster. So mine has quite a heavy detent. Yeah, I would call this bordering on heavy. Which has a thicker blade. Definitely the SOCOM. SOCOM's 187 thousandths. This guy's only 135. But because of the taper and the grind, this guy's got a more prominent flat, but this has an extreme taper down to a tip, as you can see there. As far as puncturability, they're going to be fairly similar, but this comes to a really slicey. It's weird, you know. The SOCOM is actually a better slicer, and it looks to be a better puncturer as well. SOCOM is superior. Anthony Marfione is kind of I'm not going to say that out loud. So ditch his knife. If you had any skill, you'd choose the Strider SMG. No skill, you're just puncturing with the biggest thing you can find. Maybe so. I don't really have any skill. Not in terms of puncturing robots. SOCOM wins. Can be used as a pry bar to pry the armor plates off the back of the Robot King. 2 words. Forward finger toil. Oh, that's right. In the final hour, I forgot about that forward finger toil. You know, for all of the delicate cutting I'll be doing while I'm attacking the robots, right? Oh my gosh, I have to choose. In 30 seconds, I have to choose. I have to choose, guys. Which one? Which one? This guy's a little bit heavier too, but tip up. But aluminum. But the spring and but it has the forward choil. But this is M390 and this is 154 cm. What am I going to do here? Cutting wires need to. Robots might rip the SOCOM out of your hand. That's true. That's true. Guys, it's time. 105. I'm eliminating the SNG. The SOCOM Elite is officially the winner of this live stream. If you voted for the SOCOM Elite, you have been entered for a chance to win either of these stickers or the CRKT Ripsnore. I'll be drawing names and announcing the winners tomorrow. The SOCOM Elite just looks like, if I had to choose at a moment's notice a knife to bring into a space battle, right, to fight off robots, the SOCOM Elite, I think, I got to be honest, I think I realized it when there were only 3 left. But I thought, no, I'm going to hang on. I have to allow them to convince me. But you guys just kept convincing me. There were more and more and more compelling reasons to go with the SOCOM. The tip, the thing that's going to bother me in space is going to be the tip down carry in this hypothetical situation. But yeah, I think it is definitely going to be the SOCOM Elite is definitely going to be the winner. I'm reading Justin Scott. Literally, WTF. This live stream has been wild. Guys, would you like me to do this again? Would you enjoy it if I did this again? I will literally just lay this stuff back out. We'll get some ridiculous times. Maybe a budget version, right? Maybe a budget version of this live stream, or maybe only knives that have specific locking types, or whatever. We can get crazy with it. It's all just for fun. You guys, like, I laughed harder during this live stream than I ever have during a live stream. This was such a blast. I'm so glad that it worked out. I'm so glad that so many of you enjoyed it. I'm hoping if you're watching this in the future, and you didn't catch the live stream, I'm hoping that you guys come around for the next time. I will make sure every time I do elimination on a live stream, I will make sure that it has the ominous red, the inverted color red background, just like this one does. I'll make sure and do that thing the really dramatic story that I did on Instagram, or the really dramatic post. I'll make sure that it is labeled like that, so you guys know that it's an elimination live stream. Like I said, all comments that made it in that 15 minutes, sorry, let me say it here, come next time with a few scenario choices for us to pick from. Hey, good idea. I'll come up with some ridiculous scenarios and pitch them to you guys. Of course, you guys can still pitch your own. We'll do the same thing next time. Winners will be chosen tomorrow, and I will message you. It might, tomorrow is Sunday. But I'll try and get the names drawn, and it'll probably just be a private drawing. But I will choose from everybody who voted SOCOM in that 15-minute period. If you want to, you can go vote right now. It's not going to count because I have my comment in there that it was a cutoff, and I can see all the timestamps. So anybody who commented before my cutoff and voted for SOCOM, you've been entered to win one of 3 items. So one person will win this sticker, one person will win this sticker, and one person will win the CRKT Rip Snort new in box. So thank you so much for coming to the live stream tonight. I'm so glad you guys had a great time. Saturday. Oh my God, I forgot what day it was. You're right. Fallen Knight 71, thank you. Tomorrow is Saturday. So winners, you'll be selected either on Saturday or on Sunday. I promise I'll get around to it. I promise everybody will get their prizes. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for being a part of my live stream. If you have a sec before you leave and you haven't done so already, give the live stream a like if you enjoyed this live stream and you had a whole bunch of fun. And as usual, if you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do not like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and subscribe because there's definitely more content coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great night.